something we all dealt with every day, which is, can you trust everything online? As you can see, for me, I chose this topic is because, like many teens, I spend most of my time online. And because of that, I tend to come across various posts and media and news, which is very interesting. But sometimes I wonder and I thought to myself, is information really authentic? So for me, why this matters is because we use the internet every day. So most of people, like parents or grandparents, millennials, basically, they tend to look for information up there because it's easier to access and more. And to me, the more I spend time online, the more I realize something really important is that not everything online is true, and trusting everything there, it can be dangerous. But doubting everything can be dangerous, can be bad too. So for me, it's like walking on a tightrope. From one side being too trusting, and the other side being too skeptical. So we want to be in the balance right there. So what's critical thinking? I feel like critical thinking is like our main skill for this day. There's an article on raisingdigital.com. It said that for human, raisingdigital.com is that being critical thinking is the skill to think while we actively evaluate and question the information. So I feel like this inspired me to feel like we are not powerless. We actually have the mind to control what we're thinking. We also have the mind to use our brain before we think. What interests me the most is how fake news spread very fast. As you can see, since every piece of information getting spread, paste, copy, repost every single day, people tend to twist it a little bit. So, as you can see, fake news spread more than the real news. People tend to twist it and exaggerate it for views and fame. For example, I have experienced firsthand about my experience with my class, how my friend showed me a video of a certain news, and our class have various reactions, like one is shocked and one is happy, while one is pretty skeptical. And once I did a deeper research, I found out that video is actually very biased. So it's best to double check every single time you receive news for your information. So I have the following 3 steps for you to help you to check digital online information. So first, as you can see here, I have learned from my teacher is that you always use the Go and Edu preferably, because since most of the information there are very authentic and reliable. But this also brings us to our second point, is to watch out for bias, because some websites they tend to be very considerate to their opinions. So I want you to read carefully for the information you're reading, because not every presentation with a very good visual isn't always reliable. So my last step was to pause before reacting. This is the most helpful one for me because it's also helped me to think more carefully, is that I should always think first before I use the information for my presentation or my research project. So why does this topic matter to us? As you can see, in the current world, most of the younger generation, they're dependent on the internet and online. They're growing up at a very rapid speed. So you can see, we should talk generally the younger generation about thinking more critically, because being able to think critically might help them to avoid misunderstanding and avoid confusion in the future. This also helps people to stop spreading misinformation in the future and everywhere they go. Thank you.